Jai Shri Ram. Now it is Canto 43. The summary: Ram goes to hunt the deer at the persistent demand of Sita. Highly delighted to perceive the deer, adorned with flanks presenting the hue of gold and silver, respectively, the comely Sita, who was possessed of faultless limbs and the hue of burnished gold, and was eagerly plucking flowers, called to her husband as well as to Lakshman with arms in the following words: Come along, come soon, my lord, with your younger brother. Calling again and again as above, she looked intently on the deer once more. Surveying that region, when called by Sita, these two tigers among men, Sri Ram and Lakshman, for their part, presently beheld the deer. Seized with suspicion to see it, Lakshman, for his part, observed as follows: I conclude this deer to be the same as that of that ogre Marich. Hunting game in the forest with delight, many kings, O Ram, have been killed by assuming a deceptive form by this sinful ogre, who is capable of assuming any form at will. This effulgent form of a deer, assumed by him, O tiger among men, is a hoax on the part of the ogre, who is well versed in conjuring tricks and is much like magic show. To be sure, no such deer, freckled with jewel-like spots, exist on the face of the earth, O scion of Raghu. It is surely a phantom, a ruler of the globe. There is no doubt about it. Interrupting Lakshman, who was speaking in this strain, Sita, who had been robbed of her faculty of judgment by the hoax practiced by the ogre, and who felt overjoyed at the prospect of laying her hands on the weird deer, spoke as follows with a bright smile playing on her lips: The yonder charming deer captivates my mind. Fetch it, O mighty armed lord. It will serve as means of diversion. On the grounds of this hermitage of ours, ranged together numerous deer of hallowed appearance as well as Kamaras and Samaras, two distinct species of deer with white and dark hair respectively at the end of their tail, as also bears, herds of spotted deer, monkeys and kinnaras, another species of deer, foremost in comeliness of form and possessed of great might. No other deer equal in agility, gentleness and splendor of this jewel among deer has ever been seen by me before, O Prince. Shining brightly as the moon and illumining the forest with its limbs, diversified because of their varied colors, this jewel of a deer stands at ease before me, spreading its charm all round. Wonderful is its color and marvelous is its splendor. The richness of its sound is also lovely. Endowed with spotted limbs, this wonderful deer captivates my heart as it were. If the deer is caught by you alive, it will be a miraculous feat on your part and will cause wonder. When we have concluded the term of our exile and are installed on the throne again, this deer will serve as an adornment to our gynecium. This weird and excellent deer will cause wonder, my lord, to Prince Bharat, to yourself, to my mothers-in-law as well as to myself. If, on the other hand, the jewel among the deer does not allow itself to be captured by you alive, its skin itself will afford delight, O tiger among men. When this animal has been killed by you, I long to sit with you on its golden skin spread on a mat of young grass. This conduct of mine, in the shape of urging my husband to comply with my wishes, actuated as it is by desire, is indecorous and is deemed unworthy of on the part of women. Curiosity has, however, been aroused in me by the weird form of this animal. The mind of Sri Ram too was, however, filled with curiosity by that deer with its golden coat and horns of sapphire, nay, shining like the rising sun and possessing the splendor of the starry region, rejoiced to hear the aforesaid request of Sita and beholding the wonderful deer, nay, allured by that weird form and importuned by Sita, Sri Ram, a scion of Raghu, spoke to his brother Lakshman in the following words. Mark, O Lakshman, this burning desire of Sita. Surely, because of its surpassing beauty, this deer will not survive today. No deer whatsoever which is similar to it exists in the grove bearing the appellation of Nandana, nor in that going by the name of Kaitraratha. How then could it exist on earth? The glossy rows of hair, both horizontal and vertical, and freckled with golden spots, look charming on the body of the deer. Behold the tongue burning like a flame, shooting forth from its mouth when it yawns like a flash of lightning darting from a cloud, with its mouth resembling a cup made of sapphire and its belly shining as a conch shell or pearls. Whose mind will that deer which baffles description not lure? Whose mind will not be struck with wonder to behold this celestial beauty shedding a golden lustre and freckled with numerous jewel-like spots? Even for the sake of skin and for the diversion of kings wielding bows, kill the deer in sport, O Lakshman, in this large forest. Through sporting enterprise, treasures too are laid hands on in large forests in the form of minerals of various kinds, comprising gems, precious stones, and ores of gold. Swelling their coffers, such wealth is all valuable, like all the objects of enjoyment brought into being by the very thought of one who has attained the realm of Brahma, the Creator, O Lakshman. People well versed in economics and adept in producing wealth, O brother, endowed with auspicious bodily marks, speak of that alone as wealth, which a seeker of wealth fondly pursues without premeditation through endeavor calculated to achieve that object. Sita, a princess of the Videha territory, who is endowed with a slender waist, will sit with me on the most excellent golden skin of this jewel among deer. Neither the skin of a kadali, a species of deer distinguished by soft, fine, long and variegated hair, blue at the end, nor that of priyaki, another species of antelope distinguished by a soft, long, sleek and thick coat, nor that of pravena, a particular species of goat, nor that of a sheep can compare with it in softness of touch. Such is my conclusion. This splendid deer, as well as its heavenly counterpart, bearing the name Mriga, which courses in the heavens, both these are divine deer, the one in the form of a star known by the name of Mriga, and the other moving on earth. If, O Lakshman, this deer is such as you tell me, it must be put to an end, because it is a phantom conjured up by an ogre. Surely, many jewels among ascetics have been killed in the past by this cruel Marich of evil mind while roaming about in the forest. Many monarchs wielding large bows have been killed by him, suddenly appearing in his real form. Hence, this deer deserves to be made short work of. Practicing deception on ascetics in this forest in the past and entering their abdomen, the ogre Vatapi used to kill Brahmins by splitting open their bellies from within. As the embryo of a she-mule causes the death of the she-mule, in that it does not emerge from its womb unless the belly of the mother is cut open. After a long time, out of greed, they say the ogre once met the eminent sage Agastya, endowed with spiritual power, and entering his stomach by fraud, was consumed by him as food. Smiling to see him eager to resume his original form of an ogre at the conclusion of the Shraddha ceremony, the revered sage spoke to Vatapi as follows. Not minding the consequences, O Vatapi, the foremost of Brahmans in this world of mortals were made short work of by you through your might. Hence, by way of retribution for this sin, you have been digested by me. The yonder ogre, too, who dares despise one like me, constantly devoted to virtue and a master of his senses, will cease to be as Vatapi did, O Lakshman. Having met me in a hostile manner, this ogre too is sure to be killed by me as Vatapi by Agastya. Stay you protected with armor and remaining confined to this place. Guard Sita. Whatever is to be done by us hereafter depends on her. O delight of the race of Raghu, I shall dispose of this deer or capture it alive. In the meantime, O darling of Sumitra, I proceed apace to bring the deer. Mark, O Lakshman, the craving of Sita directed towards the skin of this deer. Indeed, this deer will perish today because of its superb skin. You must remain wide awake in the hermitage with Sita till I dispose of this spotted deer with a single arrow. Having made short work of it and taking its skin, I shall forthwith return. O Lakshman, keeping Sita by your side, O Lakshman, remain vigilant every moment and full of apprehension from all quarters in the company of the wise bird Jatayu, who is very powerful and possessed of great might. Thus ends Canto 43 in the Aranyakand of the glorious Ramayan of Valmiki, the work of a rishi and the oldest epic. Jai Shri Ram.